How you doing, Ivan? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me know how you connect with this piece as I'm creating it in the comments. Let me know how you connect with this piece as I'm creating it. Does it evoke any emotions? If you have not already, make sure you subscribe because next week is going down, baby. Listen, I'm going to be working on large-scale canvases, all different types of canvases. But I will be finishing off this canvas officially. Just call it a day. Actually, I've just been sitting on this painting. I've worked on like hundreds of different canvases since finishing this piece itself. It's just been giving me a lot of just inspiration from when I came back out here after getting hit with Hurricane Ian. It's just a nice reminder. But I'm going to finish off certain little details like the black outline next week. And then also I'm going to have other canvas rows coming in next week as well. So new work on different scale canvases, all hand cut live. So it's going down, baby. So make sure, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Experience the Living Artist Journey because you're here. So you might as well. Let me know in the chat how you feel about this piece. What emotions does it evoke? For me, this is my Dear Diary series. So basically, every piece is titled Dear Diary. Some with a phrase like Dear Diary, speak less, Dear Diary, me, Dear Diary, hello, you know? Shit like that. While including, you know, those are my present thoughts. While including the time of day that I created the painting, like 2:42 a.m. to create a living journal in real time. Something that I can look back on, something collectors can collect with a piece of my soul that goes with them. For anybody who collects a piece from this series. Although I consider all my works a piece of my soul regardless. But this series and also creating half of this series, well, not half, a good amount of 2026 on live. It's been a different type of experience, a different type of journaling. You're getting my present thoughts in real time. You're not getting anything less. You're experiencing how I feel at the present moment. Whatever day I'm having, you'll see it in this series. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this piece. How you doing, family? Appreciate everybody tuning in. For anybody tuning in now, let me know what type of emotions this piece evokes in you. Let me know how this piece makes you feel in the comments. Does it evoke any emotions? And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Experience a Living Artist Journey. Imagine walking down and ignoring a Picasso. How you doing, everyone? Let me know how you feel about this piece in the comments. Does it evoke any emotions? If you like this piece and you connect with it, subscribe and like. Or give me a comment and let me know how this makes you feel in the present moment. Can you see the vision? We got this large scale painting here that comes from my intuitive process as well. These quick drawings here allow me to create a different aspect of my work. It allows me to study my own work as I go along, creating hundreds of pieces like this, or in my journal, in my personal journal, to be able to create other larger scale paintings either based off of these, and taking pieces from each individual piece and be able to expand it into a larger thought in that present moment. The goal is not to recreate, but to expand from these thoughts, to expand from these ideas. I've always lived by the motto to learn how to create at a quick, find the medium that you can create such at a quick pace that you're pushing out ideas so much that when you're working on your large scale paintings, the thought process and how you get to that end visualization becomes easier. It's like practice. But essentially, even my practice is art within itself, because it's in the present moment. Either way. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to experience a living artist journey. The best way you can support, if you're tuning in right now. If you enjoy this piece, let me know by hitting the like or subscribing. Letting me know in the comments. Be shy. I don't bite. This guy might bite, but I don't bite. Yeah, he might bite. This one might bite. I don't know. I fight with my painting sometimes, you know? You gotta wrestle. It's like wrestling with the mind. It feels good. Bring a little pop out. Those lines just pop it out for me. How do you like this painting, guys? For everybody who's tuning in, let me know you like this painting by sharing the live video, liking the video, subscribing, letting me know in the comments. sometimes you just have to do the obvious. Beautiful. Dead space. What time is it? 2:56 in the morning. Let me know how you connect with this piece. I'm gonna start on the next piece. How you doing, family? How you doing, Ren? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed this piece, Ren. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ren. Appreciate the love. Let me show you 3 more pieces that I created on TikTok Live earlier. So we'll start with the first one that I created at 12:16 on TikTok Live. Let me know how you like this one. If you can connect with it, does it evoke any emotions? Do you just appreciate it? Is there anything specific you like about it? Let's see. That's funny. All right. So this is the second piece I made earlier on TikTok Live at 12:42 a.m. Let me know how you feel about this piece. What emotions does it evoke within you at this moment, if it does? A pulling force. And the last piece that I created on TikTok Live at 1:19 a.m. This is a half of me, half of a question mark. What does it evoke? What emotions does this piece evoke in you? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like the pieces. I like this one a lot. This one I'm going to take to a larger scale painting next week. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, because next week I have some canvas rows coming in. I'm going to be creating large scale paintings like this one up up here, like you see. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 10 out of 10. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ren. Yeah, this is a style that this one specifically, the background I implemented is very simple, but it's something that I did when I first started painting on canvas in 2016 with these line strokes, colorful line strokes. My first painting was this portrait of a woman using these line strokes, and then I went in and detailed what small details. But instead, here I implemented that same, you know, brush strokes with the colorfulness, and then added my cubism and shapes and flowers and different expressionism in the back, the different line stroke expressions to create a piece that reflects that period and the evolution up until now. But I want to take this into a larger scale. It's going to be beautiful. Whole series, a lot of different pieces. Yeah, but next week the canvas rolls are going to be coming in consistently, so that's when I'll start showing you guys all of these paintings that I have waiting to be released that are just currently waiting to be archived for the website. But you'll hear more about that as time goes by. You could check my community section on YouTube to stay updated as well. I always like to start off my paintings now, my artworks, with different line strokes. In this instance, I'm using a lot of color. And then I build up from there. With whatever I want to put on top of it. This helps bring originality while I layer up the pieces of my soul. Hence, my artist name, Della Soul Child. What are you making now? I'm just creating intuitively, so whatever comes out of my, whatever I'm feeling at the moment is what I'm going to express here, but you'll see a style of mine that you'll start to recognize that is implemented within all of my works while expanding my style as well. Where you'll get to see the more extensive works by me when I start creating canvas for you guys live. That's where it gets more intense with my acrylics and my building and my layers that go on top of it. And I just start creating like crazy on different canvases, and I push them out and get my thoughts out there. I approach each canvas differently, but now I go about, I go with the flow. But there's times where I'll create series based off of different paintings that I feel like are going a certain way, different thoughts that I feel like that would make a great series. Maybe something I learned spiritually. I want to create a series that reflects my paintings, as well as my poetry. I'm a poetry writer, so I also create paintings based off of my poetry. You're going to see a lot of different series coming up that are going to be reflecting my poetry directly on the canvas itself, being written on top of my different artwork that I'll be putting on there. Different characters, I guess you could say, like this, cubism, different colors, to reflect my thoughts, to reflect my story, to reflect my vision. everything doesn't always have to make sense in the present moment, but when everything is completed in its full form, that's when you start to realize the full vision. Of course, I see it, you know, and I know you'll see it when you see everything in its full form. The beauty of being on live is that you get to see the process of a small part of my creative process. This is quick. I love this type of artwork, doing this, because this allows me to get my thoughts, my style out quickly. Being able to expand on my thoughts. The more artwork you can create as an artist, the more times you allow yourself to make mistakes, to make errors, to get to a point where everything you create is starting to become you. And that is, I think, a difficult part for many artists, but can be solved by doing different activities like this one right here that I recommend for all artists. Although this isn't a teaching YouTube live, but I am a third grader, and all the time when we are at arts, my art teacher says we didn't we don't have to always have to be perfect. The thing about art is that no, it's not about perfection. It's about honing in on your craft and honing in on what you feel comfortable doing and expand from there. And not trying to be like others. You can get inspiration from others, but eventually you have to step out of that to get your own style that becomes natural, just like breathing, just like eating, um, just like brushing your teeth. Nice to meet you, brother. Nice to meet you, Regan. I don't have medium, spray medium. So we gotta do what we gotta do right now. It's snowing out, so can't go to the stores. What is... So, my name is Della Soul Child. That's my artist name. Della Soul Child came about throughout my spiritual journey when I first started creating art. And for me, art is photography, um, designing, fashion. So for me, my spiritual journey started with photography and creating handmade accessories and cut and sew fashion designing as well. That's when it started around 2012, 2012. Uh, yeah, around 2012 or so. I gotta double check that, but 2012, 2011, I started photography and then shifted into my art practice of painting, drawing, more so really in 2000, the end of 2015 and going into 2016. But during that time, my medium was was very heavy in clothing. That was my medium that I was using for a long time during that period, up until good 2000. I mean 2020 really. Even painting on canvases and things like that, but clothing was always that special place that I just always found clothing interesting, and painting on clothing and being able to wear it was something that I found evolutionary at that time. But I'll be expanding on wearable art this year as well. It's gonna be amazing. Like I created this piece, 2024. Created one for my brother, my father, my mother, and his girlfriend. They're all fire. I mean, I created this hand painted with screen print ink all the way around. Everybody else's is signed. Titled "The Whispers." These I'm gonna have available very soon on my website. But we're working on the physical right now. Then I'm gonna be turning a lot of my pieces that I created throughout the years of wearable art in the past into different displays and different things like that for the ones that I saved and also the ones that I've been creating throughout that time as well. Um, so that's gonna be fun to experience with you guys on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's horrible out. I'm out here in New Jersey, but central New Jersey. It didn't get that bad out here. I mean, comparably to other areas of New Jersey, but this year we did get hit the worst that we have gotten hit in many years. And I've been in Florida living for the past like 6 years, so I've been here for like 4 years now or so in New Jersey. Um, Being back, I grew up in New Jersey, but this has been the worst hitting snow year since 2016. Ironically. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm over here listening to some different Netflix movies. on my earphones, I always have to have some type of uh, background entertainment going on, whether it's music, movies, different YouTube content. What just dropped? Oh, I hate when I drop my case. I don't know why I can't find a Never mind. That's ridiculous to even say. I always catch myself. I don't know why I can't find this. Yo, there's an internet that you can find it, bro. You mean you can't find it in store? That's what you mean. Yes, Della Soul Child. That is what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me talking through myself for myself. So, welcome to my live. This is art. I mean, this is not like I'm creating art for you guys. I'm letting you into my process. And I still consider this a different process because I'm live, you know, but it's still the same process. In essence, really, I mean, when it comes down to it. But I'm talking through it sometimes, you know, with you guys. And I like to be quiet too, just to endure my mind, enduring whatever else is going on in the background, in my ear, whatever. And just random talk like I usually do. You also learn how to be careful with your words, you know? While trying to stay authentic and trying to be true to yourself, you know? I'm not out here to try to be perfect. I'm an artist. If I was perfect, I wouldn't be an artist, bro. Like, I figured that shit out before I was even born. So this is knowledge I got before I was born, guys. So if you didn't know this knowledge, you got it now. Congratulations. You made it. One like, oh, I can't wait though to bring this new element into my paintings. Um, and it's more of a luxury element to it. We'll just give a hint, but it's going to be diamond like. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. It's going to be a nice layer added to a lot of paintings, or an added layer extended to collectors if they want that added to a painting. The luxury side of art, diamond touch, and evolving from this new aspect that I'm doing. I'm hoping that in the future I can work with a jewelry, some type of jewelry expert, jewelry company, to where they want to collaborate on some type of diamond type vision that I have in my head that I won't, you know, say now. But the overall gist obviously is to use actual diamonds. But that would be a goal to have. But before then, I have my idea that's creates that aspect that I'm looking for. Yeah, Della Soul is a group from the 80s that did awesome music. Yeah, you know, it's so funny too, because when I came about my name, Della Soul Child, I was on my spiritual journey in college. And when I started picking up art during that spiritual journey and decided to call myself Della Soul Child as my artist name, that reflects my journey as an artist and why I create for my art therapy, you know, and for finding myself in my spiritual journey. I came across Della Soul, the music group. Somebody actually, I remember, I think it was on Instagram, somebody put me in touch. And I was like, yo, that's so cool though. Mad ironic because I just feel like, I don't know. I like that. I don't know. They're an interesting group. I don't know much about them. So I can't speak much, you know, about that. But it is dope. they're an oldie group too. I'm like, I didn't even. I appreciate their artwork that they do on their. I've always I admired their album artwork. Uh, Something about how they displayed themselves back in the day at that time. Very, very retro like, right? I guess it wasn't interesting because I feel at that time it was kind of, I feel like it was that retro period. But I feel like it displayed through them very, very well through the certain album covers that they had. I think it was. I don't know if it was a lot. I don't know if I'm looking at updated ones but I'm positive that was from the beginning. But regardless, I know their design work because uh, because that's just a part of their element. I see it. It's not. It's just. I feel like it was revolutionary. I feel like what they did in their own way was kind of revolutionary in that aspect. But like I said, I don't know so much about them. But I hope I feel like there's a lot of artists out there, music artists in general, who don't get their kudos or don't get that I don't know respect. And I'm into music, so I know De La Soul gets the respect, but it's still with different crowd. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't really know much about that, but 80s, yeah. Matter of fact, what you said, 80s, yeah. See, that's wild. 80s is a long time, and I still feel 80s around. Was that Basquiat? Yeah. See, I feel like that was like retro time, so I feel like it displayed through that very well. It's pretty cool to look at that. But it's interesting as well that we share similar artist names. Yeah, my artist names comes has several meanings. Like so Della, I'm a Spanish artist. I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. De comes from De Jesus, which is my grandmother's maiden name, Emma De Jesus. So I added La Della, and then Soul Child comes from my immediate response to my mental health journey and my spiritual journey overall into finding God again and uh, just navigating different areas of my life. And I felt like that reflects everything of why I continue to create art and to why I create art currently. Or rather, why I continue to create art and why I started to create art. Listen, I think it's an art to speak to you guys while listening to a movie in my ear. That's a talent. So if I stumble over my words, sometimes I can get a little because I'm listening also to something else in my ear talking. But I think that's a skill. I think it helps. It helps being able. It helps me as an individual to be able to multitask and do things like that. Um, but I've always been like that. I remember in college doing a paper, a research study in psychology based off of studying with background noise such as music and its correlation to retaining that information. And it actually was a positive for some, not for all. It's always been a positive for me though. I always listened to music when I was studying, or always had some type of background music when I was studying. I just needed that. I don't know if it's just because my ADHD, my personality, but other people are like that as well. So, I mean, I would assume I know has to do a little bit with that, right? Because it's not like I have the same personality as everybody else. It's just a factor of life, something we're given. Guess we're chosen. It's all about perspective. You're either chosen or you're not chosen. Pick one. If you don't think you're chosen, it's not really a conversation for us. Because I think I'm chosen. I think everybody's chosen in their area that they want to be chosen. Uh-huh. See this one. See this is what muscle. This is what muscle memory does. I wasn't really going for what I was doing my last drawing, to be honest. Intuitively, it came out that way, and I saw that I can continue in that style for this one. But that's muscle memory. That's how you build layers. Working quick, working a lot to be able to produce the work that you want to produce without thought. And if you're thinking too much, you need to take a break. Go to sleep. Wake up. Do it again. I mean, you can't really go around it. You gotta take a break. You could push through it too. You could push through it. That is an option. Sometimes you can push through it. Sometimes you can also just go to sleep and wake up and do it again. But sometimes you should just push through it. And sometimes you just create yourself into a zone where you just space out to a tranquil zone. Like when I go quiet, I spaced out. So like I feel like those are the real moments you get on live. You know, when I'm spacing out, when I'm talking, then all of a sudden I just space out and I'm creating. Those are the moments that you get on live that you normally wouldn't get when I'm painting by myself. And that's the beauty of when I'm working, because it's my art therapy. This is my release. This is my peace. This is how I get through my daily life and how I figure out life through my work. It's like reading a book and learning something new, but when I create art, I learn something new about myself, about the world, about how I see it. It's a reflection of Della Soul Child. That's why I'm Della Soul Child. What time is it? 3:31. It's perfect. Should it be vibrant? Because nothing on this piece is vibrant. Let me know how you connect with this piece before I start on my next piece. If you enjoy the piece, let me know with a like, a subscribe, more comment. If you got this far, let me know how you feel about this piece. Does it evoke any emotions? Excuse me. Does it evoke any emotions at this present moment? If you're just tuning in, does this piece evoke any emotions? How do you like this piece? Do you connect with it? again with the background layer. Colorful scribbles. This time we're gonna do what we did, like I was speaking about earlier, about 2016, and using my layering style for my first painting ever. And then we're gonna implement my new progress within that. New styles. Just gonna layer it up. Just gonna layer it up. Layer it up, layer it up. Some yellow over the orange, yellow over the blue, yellow over the orange and blue, yellow over the orange again, yellow over the yellow. Green over the orange, green over the blue, green over the orange, green over the yellow, green over the yellow, green over the yellow and orange, green over the yellow, blue and orange, green over the yellow and orange, green over the yellow, green over the orange, yellow, blue, yellow again. Now I'm just having fun. That's the beauty about pain, is that you could turn that light into, you could turn that dark into light. But I truly feel like everything I create is that dark into light. It's finding that light from the darkness of why I started creating, you know? What's going on, Ren? I don't know, man. You gotta tell YouTube that. I'll be honest, I have no clue, but all I can do is create, you know? I can't force people up in the live. But there's been a lot of people who've been coming in, you know? Showing love. Can't force everybody to stay. But we're here, you know? I appreciate everybody who's tuning in, tuning out, and showing love. Let's go with the small shapes now, and then we'll outline those. If you want people to vibe with us, you got to share the live. You got to like it up. You got to engage with me. That's really the only way. You know, but I'm here. I'm painting. I'm creating art. I'm not stopping. We're here to create art first while giving you an experience. Let me know how you connect with this piece before I tune off to create some more pieces. Let me know how you connect with this piece before I tune off to create some more pieces. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to continue to experience a living artist journey. Thank you for watching.